We see enormous opportunities over in Europe, who are also, and frankly, probably more forward-looking even than the United States and farther ahead there, and then even over into Asia. So we're tracking a lot of opportunities. We're focused right now on North America, but then in the next year or so, we will start to expand internationally.
Hello, you're watching Proactive. Joining me is 374Water CEO Chris Gannon. Chris, very good to speak with you again. You've just announced strong momentum for your waste destruction services model. How does WDS expand your revenue potential beyond selling equipment? And what kind of demand are you seeing from municipalities and also industry?
Stephen, thanks so much for having me. In terms of the waste destruction service category of our business, we're seeing an immense amount of demand for that. So, as a reminder, our AirSCWO system is incredibly effective at destroying all manners of organic waste. That includes biosolids all the way through to PFAS, those forever chemicals that are so prevalent in our environment. Where we're seeing the massive opportunities right now are at the municipal level. So at the state level, we're bidding on very, very large contracts there, specifically related to AFFF firefighting foam, which is being stored all over the country. We're seeing those opportunities also at the federal government level and then in industry as well. So we're very, very active, and we see a huge uptake in demand for the very services we can provide.
Can you update investors on the AirSCWO system being deployed at the Orange County Sanitation District? What's the new timeline, and what will this project demonstrate once it's operational?
Sure, absolutely. So this is a project where Orange County has purchased an AirSCWO 6 system and all of the ancillary equipment surrounding that, pre-treatment systems, post-treatment. We are now targeting the end of the year or very early next year for the installation of that system there. That once we are on site there, we will then start to process their biosolids that's coming out of their facility there in Orange County.
Mhm. With 374Water now bidding on tens of millions of dollars in WDS contracts, how do you see this business scaling over the next 12 to 18 months? And what are the key catalysts investors should be watching out for?
Sure. So we see rapid growth there. Now, there's a couple of things that we're working on right now to drive that growth. One is to establish our first full-scale waste destruction service site. We've signed an agreement with a great organization called Crystal Clean for that first site location. That will allow us to then start to process or bid on and process enormous federal government related work with the military, with the FAA, and so forth. We are also in discussions with and in late stage negotiations with a number of other RCRA permitted treatment storage and disposal facility operators, and we'll establish facilities there as well. So we see enormous demand and very large growth over the next 10 or 12 to 24 months.
It's not just the US federal government, Chris. Governments around the world are tightening PFAS and hazardous waste regulations. How do these policy trends support 374Water's mission, and where do you see the biggest opportunities emerging globally?
So these are all massive tailwinds, and you're right. Across the world, we're seeing these governments pushing this and focusing here. So in Australia, we have large opportunities there. We're working both with the countries itself, the government entities, municipalities there, and also militaries and whatnot. So we see large opportunities there. We see enormous opportunities over in Europe, who are also, and frankly, probably more forward-looking even than the United States and farther ahead there, and then even over into Asia. So we're tracking a lot of opportunities. We're focused right now on North America, but then in the next year or so, we will start to expand internationally.
Well, Chris, I hope you'll keep us posted on your progress with that. Thank you very much for the update today.
Absolutely. Thanks so much, Stephen. We're really great to see you. We'll talk to you soon.
Good seeing you too. Chris Gannon, CEO of 374Water.